Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be the next president of the United States. I don't represent the 1%. I don't represent the middle class. I come from the bottom. I live off $300 a month. And I've been this way for quite some time. I have some assistance that comes from my wife. The reason I want to be president of the United States of America is because I have a vision which causes everybody to get on up. I represent the bottom, the people who are poor, the people who are forgotten. The middle class don't talk about them. You know the upper, superior, great, wonderful royalty class has ignored them. They've been ignored for so long until they are growing in numbers, coming from those who were of the middle class. But be that as it may, the thing that makes it so exciting is that I apparently ran across a secret. For 30 years, I have been out here trying to tell you that liberty is at hand and all we got to do is grab it. But I never knew so clearly how to say it as I do now. The way that gives me the ability to say it to the poor in a language that the poor can understand. And all of you who are poor, I want you to listen to me. I want to remind you that everything that exists, everything that your mind can identify or just recognize as being in existence, it is from a power that you cannot see. It's from a spirit. It's from a spirit that is capable of doing everything that is done. I call it God. And most folks call it God. It is the creator of everything. And when everything was created, all of the resources above the earth, seen and unseen, resources on the earth, seen and unseen, resources in the earth, seen and unseen, all of those resources were put here. So throughout the existence of humankind, any and everything that mankind would ever desire or want or need would be accessible to them. And to make that feasible, each individual was given something at their moment of creation, something that gives them the greatest joy. It really is their purpose for being in these bodies on this earth at this time, that would allow them to contribute in the process, whatever it is, wherever it is, contribute in the process of the creation of all of the goods and services, all of them, that we the people have determined are necessary in our lives. So everybody plays a part. That's the way the great designer prepared it. And we could all live as though we're in heaven. As we are discovering, we are seeing where our minds will lead us, other places that we can go within the specific circle, within the specific area of our concentration. All designed by an outside power that is the bigger picture. And we all play our part in it. Hey, but you know what? Somebody came along and gave us a scheme, same way as a Ponzi scheme. You know, you've heard of the Ponzi scheme where they go around and promise people this, promise people that, and then they take what they get from the people and run. Well, this has been something similar. They trained us in our schools, they trained us or didn't train us, and gave us the package that said it was okay for them to big barns, and because this is what happened. This is the result of the systems that they established, that we as all people had to apply ourselves under, and told us it was better than the system that I just got through describing to you. And we bought into it. And they took what we don't have. And we are living in poverty because we've been robbed by the schemes of the builders of the systems. We have been robbed by the schemes of the builders of the system. I want you to know that God says so. Nobody brought anything into this world with them. They take nothing out. Everything belongs to the God of creation, and it stays here. Stays here. Now, we know what has happened. We have been robbed. Do we allow ourselves to continue to be robbed? Or do we acknowledge that we have been robbed? And like anybody who knows that they've been robbed and are being robbed, they stand up and stop it. Now, this is a way that is beautiful. This, what I have just shared with you, came without a struggle. I mean, I had to go through life's changes. That was the world way. I had to go through that. And I chose to go through it. And that's why I could see clearly the message that I have just given you. Now, the rich definitely do not want me to be president, because they know that their control and authority and power that they've held over whomever they've held it over is over. So they don't want that. So they definitely don't want me. The middle class, they don't want me because I'm not intelligent enough for them. They have set standards for their president of the United States. Now, there have been some exceptions, but me, nah, they're not ready for me. And you don't know. I have said all the things that you have wanted somebody to say, but you yourselves don't know because of the way you've been trained. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Every presidential candidate that has been president of the United States up until this point, not one of them could give you any information, or should I say left any information, indicating that they would have any idea or any will to serve the people in the manner in which I had just described to you. Now, no presidential candidate currently running has ever thought about this beauty that gives every human being in America a life of joy, prosperity, and peace. I am the only one. And you know what? I am the only one that can deliver. That education I got. That education, in order to deliver this, that person would need, but nobody else got it. So I don't have to worry about the intellect. The intellect has not taught me what I bring. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I do ask you, make me your president. Make me your president, because I know that there is no God that is split up. People can split God up as many times as they want to, but that's not God. You cannot split God. God is not a Republican. God is not a Democrat. God is God. God is right. God is right. God is right. And what is it that makes it so right? Is that in God being right, your life gets right. Your life. No one suffers under God. No one suffers under God. Now, there might be some suffering, but it does not come from God. It comes from outside of God. And those of you say, well, why don't God protect us? God protects you because God has the final say. But in this struggle, my friend, is with you and darkness. This struggle is with you and darkness. Darkness is trying to defeat you. Darkness is trying to suck you in off the path of life. And you have to fight that battle. And when you decide that you have the victory, I said when you decide that you have the victory, you will act accordingly. And darkness will leave you alone, or darkness will send you home. And you, if you knew the truth, you see, darkness knows the truth. Darkness knows that when he sends you home, he's got rid of you. He's put fear in others who don't want to go home. And so they fall in line. They don't know that you have been freed from the nightmare and the dream that you've been carrying inside of you is now the dream of your life. That you are living, that you are living, that you are living. You didn't hurt anybody, and you got the kingdom of heaven. So, ladies and gentlemen, you think about that. Yes, I want to be the president, and I want to change things, but I can't do anything without you. If you think that some of you can get enough votes in that put me in office, and you're going to keep these people in Congress that's working for special interests, and I'm going to be able to accomplish something without your support, it's not happening. And I don't want to be put in a situation like that. I don't have time to waste. Given everything that I've ever done puts me here in a position to say to you what I am saying to you, knowing exactly what the outcome from its practice would bring. It's the next thing to it happening. The only thing that's better than this is for it to actually happen. And I would that it would happen, and that I could be here to experience it with you. But history teaches us well, that when something this beautiful comes along, and you the people hear it, and you the people want it, there has got to be a way for the world to dissuade you. You see, this is not the way of the world. The world is totally opposite. This is not the way of the world. And the world does not want to lose you. The world does not want you to change. The world does not want you to become a part of the light, the salt. The world doesn't want you to do that. The world needs you to stay right where you are, right where it has made you to be. But here comes the bright sunshine of liberty, to say it's really in your hands. It's really in your hands. And for me, I want you over here knowing that the world will kill me. I want you to be ready to stand, to just stand. It's not bad. Just stand. Realize that everything that comes against you is out of ignorance. It's not personal. It's really not personal. It is ignorance. If they knew better, they would do better. You know that. That's why you got to go the way you got to go. But I want you to know it so well till fear leaves you. Fear is nowhere. I want everything that come at you to make you feel so much more joy, knowing that it gives you the opportunity to let the light of love shine. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus. Bye-bye.